Hi there. My name is Joel Whitehead and I am from Lakeland, Florida. So a little bit of backstory about myself. My dad has owned a blueberry farm since I can remember, so I've been in agriculture my entire life. So real quick question. What do you think of when I say agriculture? Most people think of old-time farm houses. They think of a few people on a farm playing with cows, playing with chickens, churning butter, growing a bunch of different kinds of crops. That is not how agriculture works anymore. Modern agriculture is one of the most efficient systems in the world. It's truly incredible the amount of food that we can grow given the land that we use for it. Some of the coolest things that we've recently learned how to do, we can connect satellites to tractors and completely maximize out all the land that we have available for us. We have modern irrigation that allows us to grow in deserts. That's insane that we can grow in places with no water. Modern fertilizer allows us to grow more food per acre than we ever have before in human history. I don't know if you can tell, but I think agriculture is incredible. It's so interesting to me and just truly amazing what we've come up with. But that does lead me to why I'm here today. Challenge 2050 is a program that was set up to explain what some of the biggest problems the agriculture and actually the rest of the world will experience by the year 2050. The population of Earth continues to grow every single year. Every day we have more mouths to feed and we have the same amount of land and resources to do it with. Challenge 2050 is an initiative designed to create solutions to feed the world by 2050. As the population continues to rise, we have to find ways to be able to feed all of these people. Going forward, we have three major problems: water, weather, and the population. So water is the most valuable commodity on the planet. Without it, there is no life. In the state of Florida, the average person uses approximately 300 gallons or so a day. Now, this isn't each individual, it's just how much, when you consider like electricity and things like that also consume water, is taken out of the ground for each person. That's a huge amount of water. So the next problem we have is weather. You can kind of see it right now in the state of Florida. So since the year began, we've had about 2 inches of rain. Generally, we have about 6 inches of rain right now. So that unpredictability doesn't help us at all. The final one is population. As the population continues to go higher and higher, it's just more and more difficult to be able to produce that much food. So going forward, there are a lot of issues that we need to look at. I believe that the most important step that we're going to be able to take is irrigation. As we continue to move forward with modern irrigation, we're able to put so much more food on smaller plots of land with less water than we ever have before. So through the use of center pivots and drip tube and different things like that, we're able to maximize our efficiency with water. This is hugely important. The second factor, weather. We're trying to do something in modern agriculture that no one has ever done before: accurately predict the weather. So, one of the most interesting things that I've recently learned about is the idea that if you look at certain parts of the Pacific, it will actually tell you what the weather will be like in 6 months in Florida. This kind of technology is very important moving forward, as we need to be able to know if there's going to be drought or more cold weather, or if it's going to be a hot spring, or if the weather in the fall, like it's been the last 2 years, will be significantly hotter. The final challenge is the population, which continues to grow. There's not a whole lot that we can do about this, but there is the possibility of creating better food. Through selective breeding and different techniques like that, we're able to produce seeds that are better and produce higher yields per acre. This ultimately will allow us to feed more people on the same amount of land. Challenge 2050 is one of the reasons why I'm interested in HM Klaus. They're not just trying to sell seeds, they're trying to change the world. They're trying to improve agriculture for the better. They're trying to feed 10 billion people. And ultimately, that's the most important thing happening right now. They're looking for people who are interested in that same goal, and they're going to move forward doing that.